All right, and we are live. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, December 27th. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas and hope you all just had time to, spend time with your families and have a nice dinner and all that good stuff and got some nice presents and everything. Um, I had a very nice Christmas myself. It was very chill. Um, I ended up cooking dinner for my family, which was really nice. Um, I made a prime rib roast and French onion soup. My mom made really good mashed potatoes to go with it. But yeah, Christmas has passed now, and it is time for us to keep moving onward. As much as I'd love for Christmas to last multiple days, it is only one day. And so we move forward. Um, so I didn't do any stream on Monday or Tuesday. Monday obviously because it was Christmas, but I didn't do one yesterday either because day after Christmas I still wanted to spend, a bit of time with the family. And I didn't feel ready to come back to streaming just yet. But now I definitely feel ready. I'm really excited to be back streaming again. And so I'll be doing a stream today and tomorrow. And I might even do one on Friday because I didn't do any on Monday or Tuesday. But we'll see though. We'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, that's the plan. So for today, as you may or may not know, usually what the process is kinds of things. Um, First thing we do is we always want to look up our source material. And then usually for the first hour and a half, 2 hours, we practice that source material. So I got to thinking last night. I'm like, okay, what's what's a good script that I could do that's like funny from a game? And while I was thinking, I was like, oh, you know what? What about this game? I played this game a bunch of times. Multiple times actually. Excuse me. So I figured why not? Let's uh let's give it a shot. So I will hold on. Okay. All right. See if I can pull it up here. Um mhm. Mm. Okay, here we go. So the game's Metal Gear Rising. The game's Metal Gear Rising. So if any of you have ever played Metal Gear Rising, um, you will know. Hang on, actually, I'm just going to put in the chat here. put this to the side, shrink it a bit. If any of you have played Metal Gear Rising before, you know that there's some pretty over-the-top scenes in this, to say the least. I don't know if this is going to stay. Oh yeah, it'll stay. That'll work. Here, I'll expand the screen. Oh, that looks like it hurt.
Typical politician. Big promises, but all talk. What? Jumpstart the economy? What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval ratings.
Ooh.
You've got no principles. Just like all the rest. If America's gone to shit, you're just another maggot crawling in the pile.
All right, the truth then. You're right about one thing. I do need capital and votes. Wanna know why? I have a dream.
What?
That one day, every person in this nation will control their own destiny.
Yep.
A land of the truly free, damn it. A nation of action, not words.
Strength, not committee.
Where the law changes to
It's to the individual, not the other way around.
where power
And justice are back where they belong, in the hands of the people.
Where every man is free to think, to act for himself. Fuck all these lunatic lawyers, chicken shit bureaucrats. Fuck this 24/7 internet spew of trivia and
Oh my
celebrity
god, man. Oh, it's too good.
Fuck American pride. Fuck the media. Fuck all of it. America's diseased, rotten to the core. There's no saving it. We need to pull it out by the roots. Wipe the slate clean. Burn it down! And from the ashes, a new America will be born. Evolved, but unchanged. The weak will be purged. And the strongest will thrive.
Okay, I want to look for specifically let's see.
Played college ball, you know.
At some cushy Ivy League school.
Try University of Texas. Could have gone pro if I hadn't joined the Navy. I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the president in two with my bare hands. Don't fuck with this, Senator. What the hell are you? Why don't you stick around and find out?
Oh my god. Incredible. Yeah, I feel like we should do this one.
Played college.
This one would be too good not to do. We have to do it. I feel like we gotta do this. Yeah, okay. Okay. Actually, what I can do, what am I doing? I can have chat open here. I wish there was an option on here to have the chat open in the YouTube Studio app. Doesn't seem like that's a... have to just open on here. Alright. Now I can see the chat. Way better. Alright.
Played college ball, you know.
That's some cushy Ivy League school.
Try University of Texas. Could have gone pro if I hadn't joined the Navy. I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the president in two with my bare hands. Don't fuck with this, Senator. What the hell are you? Why don't you stick around
and find out?
Played college ball, you know.
That's some cushy Ivy League school.
Played college ball, you know.
So we're gonna try Senator Armstrong's voice here. It's a bit of a deeper voice. It's like,
Played college ball, you know. At some cushy Ivy League school.
I could do Raiden's voice as well, but
What the hell are you? What the hell are you? What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets.
and your approval ratings. Oh. God, so good. All right, well, there's this other one here. Pulls out the cigar.
So,
Oh, what do you think?
You get elected. Well, I don't write my own speeches.
you should try fighting for what
Would you believe in sometime, Jack?
not for a
Company or a nation or for anyone else? Maybe I was wrong about you. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. This is wrong. You're not greedy. You're batshit insane! Oh.
Look at that. Oh, that angle. The shit-eating grin after. Actually, I think this one's better. I think I like this one better. Yeah, I think I kind of want to go for this one. So we'll practice. So how we usually do the practice, as we go about it, we want to. What we want to do is make sure we follow along with the audio first and foremost, and then after we do that, we start practicing in Audacity without the audio. This game is just so fucking funny. It's so good. All right. So we'll practice with the audio. So we'll have one headphone on. And also, oh, I forgot to mention, for Christmas, I got a new microphone. So if I sound a bit different, that is why. This microphone is incredible. One thing I've noticed right away is it is able to pick up my lower tones a lot more easily, which you guys might be able to notice on stream. But yeah, so let's practice just with the audio for now.
So, what do you think?
How the hell did you get elected?
Well, I don't write my own speeches. Try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Company or a nation or for anyone else.
Mike sounds good. Let's go.
Was wrong about you.
I'm debating whether I want to do both Raiden and Armstrong, but I think I'm just gonna do Armstrong here for practice. I might record this. This could be recording. Honestly, it could be. It could be fun content. I just have to figure out if I'm gonna do both Raiden and Armstrong, or if I'm only gonna do Armstrong here. I might just do Armstrong.
Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Was wrong. You're not greedy. You're batshit insane!
Oh man, the scene right after though is good. I wish they had it. It's like,
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
oh fuck. Oh, this game, man. Oh man, that's too good. So fucking funny. See, do they? Okay, that's just Japanese. That's just Japanese Metal Gear Rising. Okay. Wait, what happened to... Um...
Wars, Jack.
Here we go. Yeah, it's this
Making
part
the
here.
mother of all omelets here, Jack.
Can't fret over every egg.
Not when you're
We're purging the weak, right?
What do you know?
You know about the weak. You weren't born poor. You were never been hungry. You know what it's like to fight and steal.
and kill just to survive.
But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules.
With your own two hands.
And you took her life back.
And now I'll
Take yours.
Well, starting to see things my way here.
Yeah, I remember playing this on Revengeance difficulty and getting knocked down to 0, I think about 20 times before I finally figured out what it was I had to do. That was with your help too, Rob. I remember that very distinctly. That was a pain in the ass. But I did it. I did beat it. I think I beat it live. Or no, I didn't beat it live. I beat it just streaming on Discord. Oh my god. Armstrong's voice is hard to do too. Okay, so it starts at 7:20. 7:21. So, what do you think?
How the hell did you get elected? Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Namely, or a nation for anyone else.
Yeah, we need to practice that bit.
I don't write.
How the hell did you get elected?
Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else.
Maybe
I was wrong about you.
Am I
Finally getting through. I rid this world of pointless wars, Jack.
I was
Was
wrong.
wrong.
You're not greedy. You're batshit insane!
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Not when you're purging the weak, right? What do you know about the weak? You weren't born poor. You've never been hungry. You don't know what it's like to fight and steal and kill just to survive.
But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. Bones Lands, you took your life back.
And now
You took back your
take
life.
yours.
life?
And now I'll take
Yours.
Yeah, doing both Armstrong and Ryan's voice there is going to be impossible without me destroying my voice. All right. Let's try, you know what? Okay, so now what we do, the second part of practice is we have to do this now without the audio. So we fill in the gaps.
So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. You took your own two hands. You took back your life.
All right. Just for the hell of it, let's practice Raiden's lines, because Raiden has a lot more lines here. I'm wondering. I guess you can tell me, Rob, what you think. If I would be better for Raiden or Armstrong. I feel like I can pull off Armstrong. The thing with Raiden's voice is it's very, like, gravelly, I guess is the word to say. I don't know. We'll try Raiden's voice lines here. Because I do have them memorized in my brain from playing this game so many fucking times.
So, what do you think? How the hell did you get elected?
No, already I'm not doing Raiden's lines. No way. Huh. I'm actually gonna lose my voice if I do that.
How the hell did you get elected?
We're gonna do the deeper range with Armstrong. I'm gonna voice Senator Armstrong. Look at the size of that guy's fucking quads.
So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack.
Boom, boom, boom.
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. Not when you're purging the weak, right? What do you know about the weak? You weren't born poor. You never been hungry. You don't know what it's like to fight and steal and kill just to survive. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. And now, take yours.
Yeah. Going from to it's like how to destroy your vocal cords in 2 seconds. All right. I like how it pans the camera. It's like, but you did survive, and it like zooms in on the pointer finger. Oh my god, too good. Sorry, just checking. Nice run through. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Have a good rest of your day, my man. Take it easy. I appreciate you tuning in. All right. Oh.
To try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack.
How fast? Let me actually hear the delivery of that.
Anyone else. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. You should
Try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else.
Maybe I was wrong about you.
Am I finally getting through? Am I finally getting through? Through?
All right.
Ugh.
All right. Let's test the mic real quick. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
So, what do you think? So, what do you think? So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Ugh. 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 Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. So, what do you think? Speeches. That's where. So, what do you think? Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack.
Damn, that's actually fucking. That sounds so good. Wait, what? Oh my god, this microphone sounds so good. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. What the fuck? Holy shit, that's sick. I think we recorded at the perfect volume too, because it increases the volume.
Ugh. Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. So, what do you think?
You get elected.
Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Huh? Ugh! Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
Okay, so the energy is very good. I've got the energy down for sure. Because he's like he's very passionate. Like he believes what he is saying. Right? Like he's being honest. He's like, exactly. You did survive. You took back your life with your own hands. Nobody else did it for you except for you. And that's like the point he's trying to make with that line. So it's like very like straightforward and straight on of what he wants to say. Oh, all right. We'll have to take a break soon. Senator Armstrong is it's not an easy voice to do, but it's good practice.
Well, I don't write my own Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
force of will. Follow.
You've never been hungry. You don't know what it's like to fight and steal and kill just to survive.
But you did survive! Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
And now,
Rules. With your own two hands.
and steal and kill just to survive.
But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules.
With your own
Your own two hands, you took back your life.
And now,
Nah, I think he says it passion loudly too.
With your own two hands, you took back your life. Your life. You took back your life. Your life.
Mother of all.
you've never been killed just to survive.
But you did survive! Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
And now, I'll take yours.
Well, starting to see things my way yet.
Whew. All right, I might take a break here because this voice is a little extra difficult, and I want to make sure I don't completely destroy my vocal cords. This is fun though. This is a lot of fun. So yeah, we're gonna take a bit of a break, and when I come back, we'll try and nail this down. We'll see if we can get a recording done on the phone too, because this would be a really cool short or a series of shorts. I'd like this to be. But yeah, that's the plan. So, yep, I'm gonna take a 10-15 minute break here, and then when I come back, we'll resume. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a break. Made myself some tea. This is actually another Christmas present I got. It's a bunch of tea, assorted tea from David's Tea. So good. David's Tea is the best. Funny if I go far back enough, it just doesn't show. Guys, just headless Steven here drinking some tea. There's my face. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so goal for this next hour a bit is to literally just to get this scene down. I'm gonna try recording, see how it goes. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do now is we will set up the scene here. I just have to figure out a way to shorten this a little bit because I don't want to download. Oh, I could do this. Start at 9:44. That's not bad. Okay, we'll practice one time and then roll record. Let me just get an idea of the angle here through my phone. I get this down right. Okay. Hopefully this captures my head enough, but we'll find out. All right. All right. Here we go. This is our first attempt. Not first attempt, but first real attempt, I should say, at trying to record this. I'm gonna be a little bit. So the average distance is you want to be like from your thumb to your pinky, like that. So from like here to here, the mic should be away. So that would be right here. Now the thing is, because I'm yelling with Armstrong at certain points, I don't want to be super close. I'll be a bit closer at first for when he's like, so, what do you think? What do you think? You know, that kind of thing. All right. Let's give ourselves some buffer room.
So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Ugh. 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 Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
Yeah, I think that intro was a little weak, but that's all right. We'll listen back now. See how that sounds. My gut instinct is telling me that that intro was a little bit weak, but okay.
I don't. Well, I don't. Well. Well, I don't write my own speeches.
Yeah, take's not the best, but we're still gonna edit for practice sake. Oh, actually, before I even do all these silence, there is something. All right, let's give this a listen.
So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Ugh!
I need to take off my
Huh?
and
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
yeah, that could work.
But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
All right, not bad. We definitely need to improve on the beginning.
So, what do you think?
Compared to
So, what do you think?
so, what do you think?
Well,
Wow.
well, I don't
I
write
write
my
my
own
own.
speeches.
I don't write my own speeches.
Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Ugh. Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
All right, let's go again. See if we can get it in this take. Okay. Let's try this again. Before I start again, I'm just going to quickly run to the washroom, guys. Be right back. Just stubbed my fucking pinky toe. Oh, that sucks. I hate it when that shit happens. Okay. Da 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 da. All right, let's try again. Let's try again.
So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
Ah, fuck, the camera's off. God damn it. That's not what I wanted at all. That's a little disappointing, actually. That was a good take, too, I felt like. Alright, well, let's see how it sounds.
So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
Man. That was a pretty good take. But we're gonna have to do it again because I fucked up with the camera angle. God damn it, dude. That's really disappointing. We might not even get it today. We might not even get it down today. We'll see. All right. I need to reset up this camera because all it was for was absolute.
Ha. Ha. So, what do you think?
All right, let's give this another try. Oh. Okay.
Ha. So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Huh? Uh, 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 Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
Fuck. It's not what I wanted with the camera angle again, man. Fuck. God damn it. Shit. All right, we have to go again. Oh, man, that was a good take, too. That pisses me off. God damn, man. Okay, well, we've only got one more shot at this, really. And if we don't get it, then we gotta pick it up tomorrow. Swear to God, this camera does not record at the right angle for a second time in a row. Better. You better be recording properly. I swear to God. All right. Go again. Need some water after that. Armstrong's voice is fun to do, but man, is it tough to do. Fuck. I have to get it this take. Okay. Oh. Sorry, I just need a moment. A lot to do this over and over again. All right. Come on, Steve. Do it. You can do it. Okay. All right. Come on. Let's go. Let's not fuck around anymore. Stop fucking around here. Ah. So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. So I did make a mistake in there, I'm pretty sure. When I'm saying the word took, I've said like, you took, like it was very weak. But overall, I feel like that was a pretty good take, so we'll listen to that. We'll see how it sounds once we put all the edits together here.
Oh, I don't. Am I finally getting through? Making the mother. Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life.
Alright, let's listen to it from the top.
So, what do you think? So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Huh? Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. Following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. Huh? Am I finally? Well, I don't write my own speeches. Should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. So, what do you think? Well, I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack. Not for a company or a nation or for anyone else. Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life. But you did survive through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules.
It's not as good. No. So, everybody, this is a good example of what happens when sometimes it just doesn't work out. So some of those takes are okay, but it needs to be better still. I actually should have saved one of those takes. I don't think it'll let me reopen it. Those are probably gone. Yeah, they're gone. That's okay. Yeah, just not getting it down, and I'm not happy with it. So if I'm not happy with it, I'm not gonna bother posting content about it, because what's the point? There's no point in me doing that. That's not really, doesn't make sense to do that. So I'm gonna take another break because my throat needs it. When we come back, we will resume reading the new book that we are on called Mastery. We finished the Book of Five Rings on stream a couple streams ago. I think we did that as the last not last stream, but the stream before the last stream I did. So that would have been part 14. That's when we finished the Book of Five Rings. So yeah, we will continue with Mastery when I come back. I'll see you guys then. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So, for the last about 40 minutes here, I'm going to read to you all from the book Mastery. So, I'm just going to get something up. Alright. So, now everyone, please sit back, relax, and enjoy as I read to you all and continue reading Mastery by Robert Greene. We left off at, let's see, where did we leave? Ah, yes, here we are. The apprenticeship phase. The 3 steps or modes. With the principle outlined above guiding you in your choices, you must think of 3 essential steps. You must think of 3 essential steps in your apprenticeship, each one overlapping the other. These steps are deep observation, the passive mode, skills acquisition, the practice mode, and experimentation, the active mode. Keep in mind that an apprenticeship can come in many different forms. It can happen at one place over several years, or it can consist of several different positions in different places. A kind of compound apprenticeship involving many different skills. It can include a mix of graduate school and practical experience. In all of these cases, it will help you to think in terms of these steps, although you may need to give added weight to a particular one, depending on the nature of your field. Step 1. Deep observation. The passive mode. When you enter a career or new environment, you move into a world with its own rules, procedures, and social dynamic. For decades or even centuries, people have compiled knowledge of how to get things done in a particular field, each generation improving on the past. In addition, every workplace has its own conventions, rules of behavior, and work standards. There are also all kinds of power relationships that exist between individuals. All of this represents a reality that transcends your individual needs and desires. And so your task upon entering this world is to observe and absorb its reality as deeply as possible. The greatest mistake you can make in the initial months of your apprenticeship is to imagine that you have to get attention, impress people, and prove yourself. These thoughts will dominate your mind and close it off from the reality around you. Any positive attention you receive is deceptive. It is not based on your skills or anything real, and will turn against you, and it will turn against you. Instead, you will want to acknowledge the reality and submit to it, muting your colors and keeping in the background as much as possible, remaining passive and giving yourself the space to observe. You will also want to drop any preconceptions you might have about this world you are entering. If you impress people in these first months, it should be because of the seriousness of your desire to learn, not because you are trying to rise to the top before you are ready. You will be observing two essential realities in this new world. First, you will observe the rules and procedures that govern success in this environment. In other words, this is how we do things here. Some of these rules will be communicated to you directly, generally the ones that are superficial and largely a matter of common sense. You must pay attention to these and observe them. But what is of more interest are the rules that are unstated and are part of the underlying work culture. These concern style and values that are considered important. They are often a reflection of the character of the man or woman on top. You can observe such rules by looking at those who are on their way up in the hierarchy, who have a golden touch. More tellingly, you can observe those who are more awkward, who have been chastised for particular mistakes or even been fired. Such examples serve as a negative tripwires. Do things this way, and you will suffer. Excuse me. The second reality you will observe is the power relationships that exist within the group. Who has real control? Through whom do all communications flow? Who is on the rise, and who is on the decline? For more on this element of social intelligence, please see Chapter 4. These procedural and political rules may be dysfunctional or counterproductive, but your job is not to moralize about this or complain, but merely to understand them, to get a complete lay of the land. You are like an anthropologist studying an alien culture, attuned to all of its nuances and conventions. You are not there to change that culture. You will only end up being killed. Or, in the case of work, fired. Later, when you have attained power and mastery, you will be the one to rewrite or destroy these same rules. Every task you are given, no matter how menial, offers opportunities to observe this world at work. No detail about the people within it is too trivial. Everything you see or hear is a sign for you to decode. Over time, you will begin to see and understand more of the reality that eluded you at first. For instance, a person whom you initially thought had great power ended up being someone with more bark than bite. Slowly, you begin to see behind the appearances. As you amass more information about the rules and power dynamics of your new environment, you can begin to analyze why they exist and how they relate to larger trends in the field. You move from observation to analysis, honing your reasoning skills, but only after months of careful attention. We can see how Charles Darwin followed this step quite clearly. By spending the first few months studying life on board the ship and perceiving the unwritten rules, he made his time for science much more productive. By enabling himself to fit in, he was able to avoid needless battles that would have later disrupted his scientific work, not to mention the emotional turmoil these would have presented to him. He later practiced the same technique with Guachos and other local communities he came in contact with. This allowed him to extend the regions he could explore and the specimens he could collect. On another level, He slowly transformed himself into perhaps the most astute observer of nature the world has ever known, emptying himself of any preconceptions about life and its origins. Darwin trained himself to see things as they are. He did not theorize or generalize about what he was seeing until he had amassed enough information, submitting to and absorbing the reality of all aspects of this voyage. He ended up piercing one of the most fundamental realities of all, the evolution of all life forms. The evolution of all living forms. Understand, there are several critical reasons why you must follow this step. First, knowing your environment inside and out will help you in navigating and avoiding costly mistakes. You are like a hunter. Excuse me. You are like a hunter. Your knowledge of every detail of the forest and of the ecosystem as a whole will give you many more options for survival and success. Second, the ability to observe any unfamiliar environment will become a critical lifelong skill. You will develop a habit of stilling your ego and looking outward instead of inward. You will see in any encounter what most people miss because they are thinking of themselves. You will cultivate a keen eye for human psychology and strengthen your ability to focus. Finally, you will become accustomed to observing first, basing your ideas and theories on what you have seen with your eyes, and then analyzing what you find. This will be a very important skill for the next creative phase in life. Step 2. Skills acquisition. The practice mode. Do this just in case. Guys, just readjusting a little bit. All right. There we go. Step 2. Skills acquisition. The practice mode. At some point, as you progress through these initial months of observation, you will enter the most critical part of the apprenticeship. Practice toward the acquisition of skills. Every human activity, endeavor, or career path involves the mastering of skills. In some fields, it is direct and obvious, like operating a tool or machine or creating something physical. In others, it is more of a mix of the physical and mental, such as the observing and collecting of specimens for Charles Darwin. In still others, the skills are more nebulous, such as handling people or researching and organizing information. As much as possible, you want to reduce these skills to something simple and essential, the core of what you need to get good at, skills that can be practiced. In acquiring any kind of skill, there exists a natural learning process that coincides with the functioning of our brains. This learning process leads to what we shall call tacit knowledge. Called tacit knowledge. A feeling for what you are doing that is hard to put into words. but easy to demonstrate in action. And to understand how this learning process operates, it is useful to look at the greatest system ever invented for the training of skills and the achievement of tacit knowledge: the apprenticeship system of the Middle Ages. This system arose as a solution to a problem. As business expanded in the Middle Ages, masters of various crafts could no longer depend on family members to work in the shop. They needed more hands. But it was not worth it for them to bring in people who would come and go. They needed stability and time to build up skills in their workers. And so they developed the apprenticeship system, in which young people from approximately the ages of 12 to 17 would enter work in a shop, signing a contract that would commit them for the term of 7 years. At the end of this term, apprentices would have to pass a master test or produce a master work to prove their level of skill. Once passed, they were now elevated to the rank of journeymen and could travel wherever there was work, practicing the craft. Because few books or drawings existed at the time, apprentices would learn the trade by watching masters and imitating them as closely as possible. They learned through endless repetition and hands-on work, with very little verbal instruction. The word apprentice itself comes from the Latin prehendere, meaning to grasp with the hand. Because resources such as textiles, wood, and metals were expensive and could not be wasted on practice runs, apprentices would spend most of their time working directly on materials that would be used for the final product. They had to learn how to focus deeply on their work and not make mistakes. If one added up the time that apprentices ended up working directly on materials in those years, it would amount to more than 10,000 hours, enough to establish exceptional skill level at a craft. The power of this form of tacit knowledge is embodied in the great Gothic cathedrals of Europe, masterpieces of beauty, craftsmanship, and stability. All erected without blueprints or books. That is insane. That is insane that they did that without any blueprints or books. Holy shit. What this means is simple. Language, oral and written, is a relatively recent invention. Well, before that time, our ancestors had to learn various skills: toolmaking, hunting, and so forth. The natural model for learning, largely based on the power of mirror neurons, came from watching and imitating others, then repeating the action over and over. Our brains are highly suited for this form of learning. In an activity such as riding a bicycle, we all know that it is easier to watch someone and follow their lead than to listen to or read instructions. The more we do it, the easier it becomes. Even with skills that are primarily mental, such as computer programming or speaking a foreign language, it remains the case that we learn best through practice and repetition, the natural learning process. We learn a foreign language by actually speaking it as much as possible, not by reading books and absorbing theories. The more we speak and practice, the more fluent we become. Once you take this far enough, you enter a cycle of accelerated returns in which the practice becomes easier and more interesting, leading to the ability to practice for longer hours, which increases your skill level, which in turn makes practice even more interesting. Reaching this cycle is the goal you must set for yourself, and to get there, you must understand some basic principles about skills themselves. First, excuse me again. First, it is essential that you begin with one skill that you can master, and that serves as a foundation for acquiring others. You must avoid at all costs the idea that you can manage learning several skills at a time. You need to develop your powers of concentration, and understand that trying to multitask will be the death of the process. What's funny is that I actually can relate to that, because when I was in my last year of university, I was like, oh, I want to learn to do this, I want to do this, but it's too much. The thing is if you want to learn a skill, like for me, I want to learn also how to be a DJ, but that also takes quite a bit. It takes a lot. So you need to focus your time on skills that one thing at a time. Because I have experience with that, and I realized I was like, okay, like I can't learn how to voice act really well, and I also can't and DJ at the same time. I gotta learn to master this first, to practice to get good at this, and then after, you know, in the future, once my career takes off, then I can consider moving on and trying something different. Second, the initial stages of learning a skill invariably involve tedium. Yet, rather than avoiding this inevitable tedium, you must accept and embrace it. The pain and boredom we experience in the initial stage of learning a skill toughens our minds, much like physical exercise. Too many people believe that everything must be pleasurable in life, which makes them constantly search for distractions and short-circuits the learning process. The pain is a kind of challenge your mind presents. Will you learn how to focus and move past the boredom? Or, like a child, will you succumb to the need for immediate pleasure and distraction? Much as with physical exercise, you can even get a kind of perverse pleasure out of this pain, knowing the benefits it will bring you. In any event, you must meet any boredom head-on and not try to avoid or repress it. Throughout your life, you will encounter tedious situations, and you must cultivate the ability to handle them with discipline. In practicing a skill in the initial stages, something happens neurologically to the brain that is important for you to understand. When you start something new, a large number of neurons in the frontal cortex, the higher, more conscious command area of the brain, are recruited and become active, helping you in the learning process. The brain has to deal with a large amount of new information, and this would be stressful and overwhelming if only a limited part of the brain were used to handle it. The frontal cortex even expands in size in this initial phase, as we focus hard on the task. But once something is repeated often enough, it becomes hardwired and automatic, and the neural pathways for this skill are delegated to other parts of the brain, farther down the cortex. Those neurons in the frontal cortex that we needed in the initial stages are now freed up to help in learning something else, and the area goes back to its normal size. In the end, an entire network of neurons is developed to remember this single task, which accounts for the fact that we can still ride a bicycle years after we first learned how to do so. If we were to take a look at the frontal cortex of those who have mastered something through repetition, it would be remarkably still and inactive as they perform the skill. All of their brain activity is occurring in areas that are lower down and require much less conscious control. This process of hardwiring cannot occur if you are constantly distracted, moving from one task to another. In such a case, the neural pathways dedicated to this skill never get established. What you learn is too tenuous to remain rooted in the brain. It is better to dedicate 2 or 3 hours of intense focus to a skill than to spend 8 hours of diffused concentration on it. You want to be as immediately present to what you are doing as possible. Once an action becomes automatic, you now have the mental space to observe yourself as you practice. You must use this distance to take note of your weaknesses or flaws that need correction, to analyze yourself. It helps also to gain as much feedback as possible from others, to have standards against which you can measure your progress so that you are aware of how far you have to go. People who do not practice and learn new skills never gain a proper sense of proportion or self-criticism. They think they can achieve anything without effort and have little contact with reality. Trying something over and over again grounds you in reality, making you deeply aware of your inadequacies and of what you can accomplish with more work and effort. If you take this far enough, you will naturally enter the cycle of accelerated returns. As you learn and gain skills, you can begin to vary what you do, finding nuances that you can develop in the work, so that it becomes more interesting. Just exactly like what I've been doing with this. Live streaming this to you guys, my voice acting. Finding interesting things to do, like the Metal Gear Rising. Even though I fucked up and I couldn't get it right with the angles and stuff, it's still fun. I know I'm still learning. That's exactly right what he's saying. You guys got it down. Trying something over and over again grounds you in reality, making you deeply aware of your inadequacies and of what you can accomplish with more work and effort. If you take this far enough, you will naturally enter the cycle of accelerated returns. As you learn and gain skills, you can begin to vary what you do, finding nuances that you can develop in the work, so that it becomes more interesting. As elements become more automatic, your mind is not exhausted by the effort, and you can practice harder, which in turn brings greater skill and more pleasure. You can look for challenges, new areas to conquer, keeping your interest at a high level. As the cycle accelerates, you can reach a point where your mind is totally absorbed in the practice, entering a kind of flow in which everything else is blocked out. You become one with the tool or instrument or thing you are studying. Your skill is not something that can be put into words. It is embedded in your body and nervous system. It becomes tacit knowledge. Learning any kind of skill deeply prepares you for mastery. The sensation of flow and of being a part of the instrument is a precursor to the great pleasures that mastery can bring. In essence, when you practice and develop any skill, you transform yourself in the process. You reveal to yourself new capabilities that were previously latent, that are exposed as you progress. You develop emotionally. Your sense of pleasure becomes redefined. What offers immediate pleasure comes to seem like a distraction, an empty entertainment to help pass the time. Real pleasure comes from overcoming challenges, feeling confidence in your abilities, gaining fluency in skills, and experiencing the power this brings. You develop patience. Boredom no longer signals the need for distraction, but rather the need for new challenges to conquer. Although it might seem that the time necessary to master the requisite skills and attain a level of expertise would depend on the field and your own talent level, those who have researched the subject repeatedly come up with the number of 10,000 hours. This seems to be the amount of quality practice time that is needed for someone to reach a high level of skill, and it applies to composers, chess players, writers, and athletes, among others. This number has an almost magical or mystical resonance to it. It means that so much practice time, no matter the person or the field, leads to a qualitative change in the human brain. The mind has learned to organize and structure large amounts of information. With all of this tacit knowledge, it can now become creative and playful with it. Although the number of hours might seem high, it generally adds up to 7 to 10 years of sustained solid practice, roughly the period of a traditional apprenticeship. In other words, concentrated practice over time cannot fail but produce results. Step 3. Experimentation. The active mode. This is the shortest part of the process, but a critical component nonetheless. As you gain in skill and confidence, you must make the move to a more active mode of experimentation. This could mean taking on more responsibility, initiating a project of some sort, doing work that exposes you. Excuse me. Doing work that exposes you to the criticisms of peers or even the public. That's what I've been doing. The point of this is to gauge your progress and whether there are still gaps in your knowledge. You are observing yourself in action and seeing how you respond to the judgment of others. Can you take criticism and use it constructively? It's literally where I'm at. I would say right now in this, I'm in step 2 and step 3. I'm between step 2 and step 3, I'd say. The practice mode and active mode. This is the active mode, practice/active mode that I'm doing right now. With Charles Darwin, as the voyage progressed and he began to entertain the notions that would lead to his theory of evolution, he decided to expose his ideas to others. First, on the Beagle, he discussed them with the captain, and patiently absorbed his vehement criticisms of the idea. This, Darwin told himself, would be more or less the reaction of the public, and he would have to prepare himself for that. He also began to write letters to various scientists and scientific societies back in England. The responses he received indicated he was onto something, but that he would need some more research. For Leonardo da Vinci, as he progressed in his studio work for Verrocchio, he began to experiment and to assert his own style. He found to his surprise that the master was impressed with his inventiveness. For Leonardo, this indicated that he was near the end of his apprenticeship. Most people wait too long to take this step, generally out of fear. It is always easier to learn the rules and stay within your comfort zone. Often, you must force yourself to initiate such actions or experiments before you think you are ready. You are testing your character, moving past your fears, and developing a sense of detachment to your work, looking at it through the eyes of others. You are getting a taste for the next phase in which what you produce will be under constant scrutiny. You will know when your apprenticeship is over by the feeling that you have nothing left to learn in this environment. It is time to declare your independence or move to another place to continue your apprenticeship and expand your skill base. Later in life, when you are confronted with a career change or the need to learn new skills, having gone through this process before, it will become second nature. You have learned how to learn. Many people find the notion of an apprenticeship and skill acquisition as quaint relics of bygone eras, when work meant making things. After all, we have entered the information and computer age, in which technology makes it so we can do without the kinds of menial tasks that require practice and repetition. So many things have become virtual in our lives, making the craftsman model obsolete. Or so the argument goes. In truth, however, this idea of the nature of the times we are living in is completely incorrect, even dangerous. The era we have entered is not one in which technology will make everything easier, but rather a time of increased complexity that affects every field. In business, competition has become globalized and more intense. A business person must have a command of a much larger picture than in the past, which means more knowledge and skills. The future in science does not lie in increased specialization, but rather in the combining and cross-fertilization of knowledge in various fields. In the arts, tastes and styles are changing at an accelerated rate. An artist must be on top of this and be capable of creating new forms, always remaining ahead of the curve. This often requires having more than just a specialized knowledge of that particular art form. It requires knowing other arts, even the sciences, and what is happening in the world. In all of these areas, the human brain is asked to do and handle more than ever before. We are dealing with several fields of knowledge constantly intersecting with our own. And all of this chaos is exponentially increased by the information available through technology. What this means is that all of us must possess different forms of knowledge and an array of skills in different fields, and have minds that are capable of organizing large amounts of information. The future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. And the process of learning skills, no matter how virtual, remains the same. In the future, the great division will be between those who have trained themselves to handle these complexities and those who are overwhelmed by them. Those who can acquire skills and discipline their minds, and those who are irrevocably distracted by all the media around them and can never focus enough to learn. The apprenticeship phase is more relevant and important than ever, and those who discount this notion will almost certainly be left behind. Finally, we live in a culture that generally values intellect and reasoning with words. We tend to think of working with the hands, of building something physical, as degraded skills for those who are less intelligent. This is an extremely counterproductive cultural value. The human brain evolved in intimate conjunction with the hand. Many of our earliest survival skills depended on elaborate hand-eye coordination. To this day, a large portion of our brain is devoted to this relationship. When we work with our hands and build something, we learn how to sequence our actions and how to organize our thoughts. In taking anything apart in order to fix it, we learn problem-solving skills that have wider applications. Even if it is only as a side activity, you should find a way to work with your hands, or to learn more about the inner workings of the machines and pieces of technology around you. Many masters in history intuited this connection. Thomas Jefferson, who himself was an avid tinkerer and inventor, believed that craftspeople made better citizens because they understood how things functioned and had practical common sense, all of which would serve them well in handling civic needs. Albert Einstein was an avid violinist. He believed that working with his hands in this way and playing music helped his thinking process as well. In general, no matter your field, you must think of yourself as a builder, using actual materials and ideas. You are producing something tangible in your work, something that affects people in some direct, concrete way. To build anything well, a house, a political organization, a business, or a film, you must understand the building process and possess the necessary skills. You are a craftsman, learning to adhere to the highest standards. For all of this, you must go through a careful apprenticeship. You cannot make anything worthwhile in this world unless you have first developed and transformed yourself. I think that is a good place for us. That is perfect timing. So, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Nice voice crack, Steven. Man. Thank you to everybody that tuned in today. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow, we're going to nail down that Metal Gear Rising clip. We're going to get that down. And yeah. That is the plan for that. We'll do that right off the bat at the beginning of tomorrow. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody that tuned in. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow I will be on tomorrow for 9 o'clock. I will be on at